open it up and let y'all ask any questions y'all might have. And I want to talk to Moy a little bit on the way out of here. And Tom said he wanted to visit too, but I want to make sure I'm answering y'all's questions and fill in the blanks for you. Anybody? Miss Barbara, how you doing? Thank you for coming. I'm going to get on and eat some barbecue for long. Emma?
Just tell him which day.
Amarillo? Where am I at next Thursday?
Probably in D.C.
Yeah. I tell you, it's been wild. It's just been intense. But it's all good. There are a lot of good things happening. Anybody got any questions, though, in particular?
I got 1,000, and I'll wait until we'll be together Saturday.
Yes, Mr. Taylor?
No,
Oh, I'm trying to
he's
get
pointing,
but you want to get his food. Bring that food back here. Yeah, Ida asked the question, are we going to lose delegates for moving in January? The answer is yes. The rules say that, and again, this is part of those rules. I'm not sure which one matter, which one reflects, but anybody who moves into January loses half their delegates. So what happened is wrong. This is why I fought it. Even if you're forced to move to keep your spot, you lose delegates. So that means us, Iowa, New Hampshire, Nevada lose half their delegates. Now, what happened 4 years ago, and Caton ignored it, but what happened was the candidate, Senator McCain, restored the delegates once they got to Tampa. And Caton played martyr and refused to take them back. I don't know if I'll make that move because people want to go and they spend money. That's what Florida's banking on, is that all these sins are forgiven kind of thing. Now, here's what I really think, and I wish the press would have picked up on this. I sure dropped a hint in a lot of places nationally. But you know, Florida is going to be subject to proportionalized delegates. So in their effort to be more relevant, think about it. If they had 30 delegates, I don't know the exact number, and you won 30%, and you got a third of the total, after you've already been halved, why would a candidate spend $10 or $20 million down there and end up with a handful of delegates at the convention? So if you had a convention floor fight, it would really play. Now that hasn't happened since '76, right? Yeah. Since there was a floor fight with Ford and Reagan, the delegate count mattered. But we could come back around to a time that really did play. So it's going to be interesting. Anybody else? Yeah, Rob?
I know there's been the talk every now and then about having some sort of system by which these primaries are scheduled. It comes up and then it goes away after provincial cycle. We need closer to having some sort of organized scheduling process for all these states.
You know, that's a great question. One of the things I did in the press conference, and I told these guys, y'all should have got it when we sent it out to the press. We pulled out the transcripts. Alex went back and found the transcripts from the Kansas City RNC meeting 2 years ago. And in my press conference, I read the comments for why we had a process, why we had early states, why we didn't want to compress the calendar into chaos. And guess whose quotes I was reading from? The Florida committee. And now but to his credit, he and the committee woman, Paul Senf and Sharon Day, wrote a letter of apology to us and to the RNC members, saying we're sorry, we didn't want this to happen. This is the 9-person commission doing that, so I certainly gave them a nod. Something's got to be done. I think that what has to be added, and this is what we'll discuss at the RNC meeting in January, what's got to be added is if you have a convention, then you're not going to break our rules, you're going to lose all your delegates. I think all the delegates ought to be pulled, period. For people that violate that rule and throw this into chaos like this, they should lose all their delegates. Half delegates. For us to get penalized virtually the same as Florida, that's not right. So you know what it is? Y'all know how it works is people learn how to game the system. And so it looks like to me Florida got the convention and basically decided we don't care what you think. I did a debate a couple Friday nights ago with a House member in Florida. I didn't know it was going to be a debate until just a few minutes before. They said, hey, can you do a Skype interview with Channel 2 in Orlando? It's the biggest TV station in Orlando. I tell you, I didn't want to. I was wiped out. I was tired. I'd done like 75 interviews in a 4-day period. I was like, no. And one of the guys, Matt, said, yeah, you ought to do this one. I said, okay. So I decided it's going to be on Skype. I put on my Mickey Mouse shirt. And I started off the interview, and I told the anchor lady, see, we love Florida. We love Mickey Mouse. We love Walt Disney World. We're not very happy about your 9-person commission. And so, then this guy gets on the phone, and I'm in their studio or whatever, and he's a house member from Florida. And so the anchor woman says, why would you move a month? Why would you compress the calendar a month? Hey, Bill, how you doing, man? And he said, well, we just want to be more relevant. I said, more relevant? You guys have had 2 debates. You've got the great honor of having our national convention. Do you really think any candidate's going to ignore Florida? More relevant? No, this is arrogance and selfishness on your part. So we went back and forth and had a good debate and everything, but I bet that they're going to catch a lot of flack at the next RNC meeting because there's no question they compressed the calendar and created chaos. What I told the media and what I've been saying over and over is our narrative needs to be really simple. Let's make sure Obama is simply the worst one-term president ever, and not about who's going what day and when and what the primary schedule is. That's way off message. Anybody else? I don't know if I answered that adequately. Anybody else?
Appreciate it so much.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. I'll see you, sir. Appreciate y'all being here. Thank y'all for being